American things that confuse British people. Now, you can probably make a list of like 500 things that could be in this video, because even though like we are super similar in terms of like we speak the same language, yes, I would, despite the differences in accent, I would still say it's the same language. And, you know, historically the countries were so close, you know, back in the day. Like certain behaviors, cultures that we do over here probably confuse Americans, and definitely vice versa. So it's going to be fun to see which ones these two have picked to be on this list, because, you know, this list could be very, very long.
We're Joel and Leah, and this video is American things that confuse British people.
Because we're dumb.
Yeah, very. I mean, we're confused.
Personally, we're confused.
Confused all the time. Yeah.
But before we get started, tomorrow is a big day.
Yeah, I mean, he's not lying. Some of us are pretty dumb.
Hey guys, because we have the launch of our very special tea towels.
So you might be thinking, if this is the first Joel and Leah video you've watched, what on earth is going on?
Let's go live. So you can be the first to get your hands on them. American things that confuse British people. The first one is that American toilets have so much water in them.
Yes.
So much.
This is actually
to the brim.
This is actually true, because it causes a lot of splashback. Like if you're in there dropping a deuce and it's a sizable log, it's going to be like a tsunami's just gone up your crack.
When you see a toilet and you're like, whoa, someone's blocked that because the water's gone high. Because in our toilets, if the water's that high, it means something's not right.
But do you know what? Even though it looks kind of weird, I feel like it's better because you don't get skid marks.
Yeah, I know.
This is true. This is true. From an aesthetic perspective, you're gonna probably need to wash the toilet less.
Straight into the water. In the UK, sometimes if your positioning's off, it hits the bowl and you're like, what have I done?
Yeah.
And you're at a friend's house and you're like, quick, get a tea towel. Rub it off.
Joel, can I just say something?
Yeah, go on.
And you didn't know for a long time what the loo brush was for?
Yeah, how was I supposed to know that?
You've obviously never cleaned a toilet in your life.
What?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
that you had no idea.
Possible?
Isn't it funny?
No,
just someone as smart as you didn't know.
How was I supposed to know what a toilet brush was for?
I just thought you'd know after all your years of being a boy and having poos. Because women don't poo.
No.
As a lady, I've never left a skid mark in my life.
No.
But yeah, I just thought,
yeah, right.
No,
really
I never.
funny.
Obviously, if there were skid marks on the actual bowl, I would just get loo roll and like wipe it off. And
Oh, come on. So you'd stick your hand in there? No. Come on, dude. I want to be as far away from it as possible. Ideally, I wish they would invent like a toilet brush that's like 5 meters long, so you could do it from the other end of the room.
and put it down the toilet.
Yeah.
If it was underneath the water, it'd be like, oh, nothing you can do.
that's amazing.
So, and then I come back magically and it had been cleaned, and that's what mothers are for.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, if I left a skid mark down the toilet, you know, as a kid, even now at my family house, my mum you would just hear her, you could probably hear her from the other side of the road. Kabir!
Fantastic. You figured it out at 26, didn't you? 26 you realised what the brushes do.
No, that was like a few months ago.
Oh!
It was when I just moved into this flat with Lucy now.
Yeah,
from a house of 4 of us to a house of 2 of us, and then something happened and Lucy was like, can you just use the toilet brush? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, the thing next to the toilet brush, and she taught me what it was for.
It's amazing. Thank you,
that was
Lucy.
27, but
Shout out.
Thank you,
Lucy.
And thank you for Mum.
Thank you, Mum,
for teaching me skills that I needed for life.
So the next one is about the size of breadsticks.
Yeah.
So in the UK, our breadsticks are like little crunchy.
This is a good one. Our breadsticks are very thin. They're about the thinness of like, you know, hold on, let me get this. Like this spoon, almost. Like as thin as this spoon, and maybe that long. In America, they're like almost like baguettes.
Slim, skinny little sticks.
Like straws almost.
Yeah, they're almost like that. Just sizzle them away.
In the US, they're like full-on baguettes. They're like full-on bread
roll
sticks.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I love bread. I love bread. And honestly, if I'm really hungry, I'd probably prefer the American breadsticks. But there's the danger that they fill you up before your meal gets there.
Yeah, bread roll sticks.
Bread roll sticks. I mean, if these are the breadsticks that we're talking about at Olive Garden.
Oh, are they the ones with the garlic?
Yeah.
They're so
nice.
good.
They're so good.
We're not complaining.
No.
I think we prefer the American ones.
Oh yeah, British breadsticks are stale. They're gross.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're very
dead, and you have
stale.
to kind of...
They're pretty much like croutons, British breadsticks. Like, if you break them apart, they are essentially croutons.
dip them in a bit of butter and you're just like, what is this? But
Yeah,
American
butter.
ones are doughy.
Do you mean hummus?
Yeah, you know when you get to like or say you go to an Italian restaurant, there's breadsticks, and then there's just butter, and you're like, what am I doing? And I'm like,
Really?
yeah.
A stale breadstick in butter?
Yeah, stick it in butter, yeah.
I'm shocked.
I love
Honestly.
shocking you.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So breadsticks.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse had the best bread rolls. Oh my God. The softness of them, and they would brought out this garlic butter thing. Oh my word. Honestly, I could just eat those. Like, that would be a great meal. Even before the steak gets there.
So this has confused me and I still don't understand this.
Yeah.
So this is an article from BuzzFeed, by the way, and we agree with all of them. And it says, the way TV show timings are displayed as stuff like 8/7C.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Why are you speaking a different language?
What is that? Is that TV talk? I don't get it.
Yeah, what
Or is that time zones?
does that mean?
What does that mean?
8/7. Why is it not 7/8? And what does that even mean? Why isn't it 7 or 8?
I don't understand. What does it say? The show starts at
8/7C.
I don't get it.
Oh, someone's explained it here.
8/7 central time?
Okay.
So another Brit has asked it and they said, we never switched over to metric timekeeping. The C stands for core, referring to how many times a majestic eagle has flown overhead and cawed that day.
You're no way.
Sometimes the eagles are feeling sluggish, so the show could be on at either the 7th or the 8th core.
No.
Is that sarcasm?
It's a joke.
probably is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's about eagles like
How is
making
that?
noises.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand.
So that hasn't explained it. I think they were being sarcastic, which is a British trait, so
That
it's
was
gotta be
how
time
British
zones.
to me.
Yeah, that was amazing. We were like, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure someone will be able to tell us what that actually means.
One of you out of 235,000, please tell us.
Exactly.
This next one is right up your street.
Okay, oh, this is right up my street.
Yeah.
The lack of electric kettles
This is a big one. Like, for me, they're just superior. Like, you can boil... I suppose you know what? Maybe it's because Americans, you guys don't really drink tea that much. You guys drink coffee, so you guys have coffee makers. Like, because I drink, and we drink, Brits, we drink a lot of tea. Like, I probably drink maybe 3 or 4 cups a day. Like, having a kettle is like a necessity. It takes about 40 seconds to boil a kettle for me. So you've got instantly boiling water pretty much. Whereas a stove, it takes quite a bit longer than that.
everywhere. And
Shop.
by electric kettle, I just mean a kettle. I just mean a kettle.
Americans tend to distinguish, don't they, between a kettle and an electric kettle, and that triggers us because in the UK, every kettle
is a
Is
kettle.
electric.
is every
Yeah,
kettle is
yeah.
electric.
Yeah,
so you're
exactly.
like, what?
So-
Why are you calling it electric kettle?
They would call like a non-electric kettle just basically like a pot on the stove. Is that right? Is that what they're calling a non-electric kettle? When they just like boil
Don't
some
know what
water
they're
in a
doing.
pan.
All they're doing is triggering Brits.
Yeah,
all I
that's all
know.
they're doing. Honestly, if I went to someone's house in the UK, they didn't have a kettle.
You'd be like,
Oh,
what?
I genuinely don't believe that there is a single house where people live in England where there isn't a kettle. I would put good money on there being a kettle in every home because they're so cheap. You can buy a kettle for £10. Literally £10.
I'll be like, what are you playing?
Every British home, just in the same way every home has a toaster, every house has an electric kettle.
Yeah.
Or a kettle.
A kettle
For sure.
as we know it.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's funny
Blows my
that
mind.
some of you guys have been like, oh, I just found an electric kettle in my local shop and I bought it. Like, they're hard to come by.
Yeah, they're hard to come by. You don't see them a lot.
Really?
Can't find them because we've been looking.
Yeah.
When I've been in America having breakdowns,
every
making
single
his life
time.
hell.
Yeah, honestly, she's a nightmare when she
No.
doesn't have her tea.
Yeah, an absolute
Fair
nightmare.
enough.
An absolute nightmare.
Honestly, you deserve it.
Thank you.
Me too. I need tea in the morning. And just that bit of caffeine, like, it's a bit less than coffee, but just enough to, like, wake me up.
Thank you, darling.
So this is one we don't understand. About It says that playing sport in high school is a big deal and can even get you a scholarship to university. Like, in the UK, playing sport is kind of what the dumb people do.
Yeah.
Like,
what? No way. If anything, if you can turn pro at sport, you've done really well. Like,
you can be clever and play sport, but then when it comes to like university, every clever person who does sport would be like, no, I'm putting clever subjects first.
Yeah, because university sports doesn't really get you into the professional leagues here unless you're playing rugby.
And the sport won't allow you to get to where you need to be in college.
Oh,
or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In uni.
Yeah. You'd never get any sort of special treatment just because you're good at sport.
No, it's just like, well, that's a completely separate thing. Makes no sense.
They're like, oh, that's a hobby, not a career.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so when we're watching American films and they're like, I love football, but I'm not getting the grades. Like, we just can't relate because we're like, they're two completely different things.
You're like, you don't need grades to do sport.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why should you have to be good at something to be able to pursue your dream?
This one, though, I actually much prefer the American system that, you know, if you're really good at sport, it can get you a free education. I think that you guys call it a free ride. And B, you know, there's a clear pathway. If you're really good at high school football, you might get scouted for like a D1 university. If you're really good there, you might turn pro. There's a clear route. Whereas here, it's more about connections. Like if you want to be a football player, like a soccer player, you need connections. You need to be really good from a super young age, like 4 years old. I'm not even kidding. You need to be really good at like 4 or 5 years old. Get scouted by a professional team. They might give you an academy contract. And then you just got to hopefully stay in their good graces. There's a lot more variables
of playing football.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to us.
It doesn't. So please explain in the comments below why you get scholarships for playing sport.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre.
It's very weird.
Yeah. And along with that is the fan base that comes with said sport.
Yeah.
Like, imagine us doing a sport at school and the whole school coming to watch. Never. Which is not happen.
Again, I love this one though. Why not?
Catch anyone. The only people you catch on football fields in the rain are the mums and dads of the people playing.
Yeah, exactly. You'd know, like the girl, like all the other boys and girls in that school would just probably not care.
No way.
No way.
It's
Don't
weird,
care.
and it's a big deal on like a national level that people that don't even go to that college will be like, "Oh, my local college is playing that college," and you're like, "Who cares?
Who cares? Sorry, I've got better things to do."
Yeah.
It's so true. Like they just don't care for it here.
Yeah, we just don't care about sport in the same way, like school sports, that in the same way that they do in America.
Yeah, like we couldn't believe it when we were in Austin and there was that massive game going on,
Yeah, huge stadium.
and the whole city was flooded with like people from other places. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. Although I do think college athletes should be paid because a lot of them won't turn pro, right? And the college, the university sells tickets and merchandise, so they're making money. So, or do college athletes, are they paid now? Last time I checked, they weren't paid.
Yeah, just
For
to watch college teams.
College teams playing something.
You must feel like such a celeb being in the college team.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you must be. It must be quite a big level of fame.
It must be.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's not that we're criticising it, we just don't get it.
Yeah,
so please educate us in the comments. Oh, we've spoken about this one.
I hate it so much. This is the thing I dread when I get to America, and this is the thing I love when I get home.
Yeah, same.
It's the
you look
one
forward
thing
to.
you
land at Heathrow Airport or Gatwick and you like run to the toilets and you're like,
finally,
I'm home.
The doors close fully again.
Doors, there are no gaps.
The gap. Yeah, this one does confuse me a little bit. What's it for? Why is there a gap at the bottom of American toilets? The doors. And it's usually a big gap, like that big.
You can
in
see
the
me
stalls.
through a gap there, a gap there, a gap below because I'm so short, a gap above because they don't make them tall enough.
Like honestly, I know guys that, I know you know this because we go on about it a lot, but I really want to petition America as a country to please make all public toilets private.
Yeah, I know.
Make public toilets private again.
Public toilets private again. As if they were ever private.
Honestly, the gaps trigger Brit so much. I physically...
Because if you need to do a number 2, man, I'd be way too like conscious about, you know, not being properly isolated. But I suppose it probably prevents people from doing them in those toilets. Less cleaning for the establishment.
You can't go.
I know you can't.
I physically can't
I know you can't. You get toilet shy.
Yeah, I get
and
toilet
that's
shy.
Completely valid. And I get toilet put off when I walk in and I see someone sorting out their period.
And you know what? You guys are going to comment, I've seen them before, being like, ugh, why are you looking? Just don't look. And it's like, you can't help but look.
It's hard to bloody miss.
Yeah, when the gaps are this big. It's awful, honestly.
Oh my gosh, you
I
can't
don't
miss
know
it.
how you guys put up with
I don't
it,
know how
but
you
you're
not
saints. Well done.
Yeah,
I'm guessing a lot of you guys probably don't use public toilets for this very reason.
I walk into the gym toilets like, I'm not looking. I promise I'm not looking.
Sorry.
I've seen everything, and other people have seen me, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, my willy has definitely been seen.
What do you do as a Z-list celebrity when you're trying to go to the loo in America?
Honestly, what if we met a viewer in there and they're like, I've seen John Leah doing
on
a
the
poo.
loo.
Awful.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. Us Z-list celebrities need to poo in peace.
Peace.
All right.
And privacy. Yeah. Oh, this is so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying to plug your hairdryer in and start blow drying your hair, but you can't just have it as an off. It's either on or it's not.
Ah, yeah. Why isn't there like an on-off switch? Because if you have something plugged in and you accidentally walk across the cable and pull it out, that could just kill the device. Whereas, it could be plugged in over here, but there's an off switch.
Yeah, because yours plug sockets don't have on and off switches in the UK.
Yeah.
You've got a plug socket. It's got 2 holes for plugs. And
Exactly, like this little thing here. So these are currently off. So it could be plugged in, but it's off.
they've got on and off switches. In the US, it's just, it's in or it's out. It's on or it's off.
Your phone's plugged in or it's not. You can't just plug your phone in and then
switch it
be
off.
like, I don't want it charging for a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Which is weird because America, I feel like, is a land of convenience. America is like winning over the UK in terms of things are designed for the convenience of human beings.
Yeah.
So you'd think that you would have, the facility to keep something in the wall but just turn it off.
Yeah.
But you don't.
So like, for instance, if you're going on holiday and you're leaving your home for like a week or longer.
You don't have to unplug.
Yeah, in the UK you don't have to pull everything out. You just go off with the little switch.
Yeah, unless you're my grandma who used to go around the house unplugging everything, including like the fridge, everything.
No way,
because she was worried it would start a fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
But all the food would go bad.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean that's quite valid actually. Yeah. Maybe it is a fire thing. Maybe that's why they don't. I don't know. I don't know.
But also I find like American plug sockets are a bit more flimsy.
They're loose.
Very loose.
They're loose.
Like they fall out.
You plug something in, it just falls out. And people say that ours are impossible because you plug something in, you can
and
never
you're like
get it
trying
out.
to pull it out.
To be fair, there are certain things that you just are really hard to get out.
Yeah.
But at least you can guarantee.
Yeah, especially if you leave the thing plugged, like your TV, for example. Like the plug is just in for years and years and years. So when you want to pull it out, sometimes it's almost like stuck to the wall.
It's plugged in. Imagine just constantly having something flimsy fall out.
I don't get it.
It's not great.
And guys, please don't be triggered, because I'm not saying that from a really horrible point of view, but I genuinely want to know, like, about why it's flimsy. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, you're just like, everything's flimsy, it's not that. It's just like, but why is it flimsy? Like, why have they designed it in such a way that it doesn't just stay in the wall? Like, if you've got a heavy plug, like a laptop plug,
and it just sort of,
in America, it sort of like pulls out of the wall a bit.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
It's weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not at all
criticism.
We're not criticising, we just genuinely want to know how's it 2019 and it's still like that?
Yeah. Do you need British plug designers? Because we can send some over.
Send some over. No way.
No, that can't be true.
Apparently, they don't have advent calendars in the US, like Christmas ones.
What? Yes, you do. You do. You don't have calendars with a piece of chocolate, like, the 30 days of Christmas. So December 1st, you open the thing, there's a little bit of chocolate, and it gets you through to the end of December. You don't have those?
Like ones with chocolate
inside.
No way.
That's shocking.
That can't be true.
That can't be true.
Nah.
Surely they'd have jumped on that.
You must.
Maybe it's too underwhelming for them because you only get like one little flimsy square of chocolate.
Yeah.
But we love it.
We love it.
Because we're just like, chocolate!
That's literally the best time of year when your mum's like, I bought you an advent calendar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hope our mums have got us advent calendars this year.
Mum, please. Last year she didn't buy me one.
You're joking.
I did tell her not to be fair.
Okay.
Oh, no wonder.
She's still like, do you want one this year or do you not? I'm just like, Mum, just buy me one.
And then like
don't ask me.
Yeah.
So of course I felt the pressure last year to be like, no, it's fine, I'll get my own. But that's shocking because Leah and I wanted to release a chocolate advent calendar one day.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't do them, what's the point?
What is the point? That is so sad.
But we could do it, and then it's like Joel and Leah thing. We can introduce chocolate advent calendars.
Yeah. On that depressing note about advent calendars, I think we're gonna have to just finish it here.
We are. We're too triggered.
Go and sort of like get on.
I mean, the advent calendar one is really surprising to me. I actually thought we maybe got that from America. You know, it's just such a nice little thing to do leading up to Christmas. If there's any chocolate manufacturers or anybody that wants to get into the chocolate business watching this, start selling advent calendars in America. They would be a massive hit. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.